All live? Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you to Jenna and Bowen for the lovely introduction. So today I'll be sharing with you on the number one secret investment product that only billionaires know about, which 99% of us still do not know about. Right. So allow me to begin by sharing about Tesla. So how many people here know about Tesla? Please let me know in the group chat. Right, so quite a few of us knows about Tesla. Now next, can you guys guess what product Tesla actually sells? Please let me know your guesses in the group chat and share it with us. All right, I can see some answer coming in. EVs, battery, car sharing. Yes. So these are actually some of the products that Tesla sells, from EV cars to self-driving software and Tesla wall batteries. However, before Tesla actually began, for many years, they were actually burning cash for a long period of time. And at one point, they were in fact near bankruptcy. Yet, it is the sales of this secret product that actually saved their company. And if you do not know what this product is, well, this product is called carbon credits. So this product actually even allowed Tesla to turn profitable in 2020, when the whole world was going through COVID and facing global lockdown with supply chain disruption. Sounds amazing, right? So just a show of hands, can I know from everyone here, how many of you have heard of carbon credits before? If you have, please type Y for yes, and if you have not, please type N for no. All right, so there's a mixture of answer, and most of us still do not know what carbon credits is. Right, before I share more with you what carbon credit is, let us take a look at how much Tesla actually earns from selling carbon credits. Right, so this chart actually shows Tesla carbon credit sales for the past 5 years. Look, in 2018, they made a sales of $400 million from the sales of carbon credits. And by 2020, they actually tripled their sales to more than $1.5 billion. So guys, actually carbon credit is a COVID-proof investment. Right, up next. So this is their sales for the next 2 years. They continue to maintain a sales volume of more than $1 billion. So in total, they actually earn more than $5.8 billion in the past 5 years from the sales of carbon credits alone. Now, so if you want to understand what carbon credit is, we can actually divide the whole carbon market into two types of companies. Right. So we have type A. These are the companies that generate emissions while producing energy. For example, would be a coal power plant. Such companies, during the energy production, they actually produce carbon dioxide. And in return, they are being taxed by the government. On the other hand, we have companies such as a solar power plant, type B companies. These companies, they generate energy with zero emission. And such companies are actually awarded with carbon credits for producing clean energy. Right. We can actually see carbon credit as a form of gift vouchers that are awarded to us for a job well done. Right. So going back to Tesla case study, all right. Our traditional auto manufacturers, such as Ford and GM, during the manufacturing of our traditional cars, which produces emission, they get taxed by the government. So now comes the question, guys. If you are getting taxed by the government, would you want to look for a way to reduce your tax? Yes or no? Right. So most of us will want to reduce our tax, right? Yep. And this is what Ford also wants to do, to save on their carbon tax. So on the other hand, we have Tesla, a company that is producing environmental friendly EV cars. All right? So doing this, they are being awarded with carbon credits every day. Now coming to this question again. So imagine you're being awarded with cash voucher every day during your work and you have no time to use them. So what would you do? Would you want to sell these vouchers away at a discounted price? Let me know your answer, guys. Yep. So most of us would likely want to sell these vouchers away since we have no chance to use them, right? And so this is what Tesla actually did. So Ford purchased these carbon credits from Tesla at a discounted price, all right? And in return, they save on their carbon tax. So in this scenario, the government actually wins because they managed to reduce and offset the emission. On the other hand, Ford also wins by saving on the carbon tax. At the same time, Tesla wins by earning additional income through the sales of carbon credits. Now, so what do we actually get here? This is a win-win-win scenario. But more importantly, right? So what do you think is the cost for Tesla to produce these carbon credits? Would it be 0% of their costing, 20% of their costing, or 50% of their costing? Make a guess. Right, so there's a few answers. I think most of you are correct. Yes, in fact, the cost to produce these carbon credits is 0% of the costing, which means to say Tesla's sales of $5.8 billion is actually pure profit. Now, in a simpler example still, all right? So imagine today we are going to Takashimaya to actually purchase this pair of Crocs sandals that is retailing at $50. Right? Then you happen to see this piece of Taka voucher selling online for only $20. Now, would you choose to pay for this shoe in cash in full? Or will you choose to buy this voucher at $20 and then redeem the shoe? Now, let me know your answer. Type C for cash or V for vouchers. All right. So I guess most of us will choose to buy the voucher, right? Yes, it actually makes more financial sense for us to first buy the voucher and redeem the shoe. So in a similar sense, carbon credit works in the same way. So companies actually purchase these carbon credits to offset their emission and thereby they save on their carbon tax. Right. So these are the companies that have been purchasing carbon credits for many years. And these are just some of the examples. So companies annually, they actually use up millions of carbon credits and they purchase even more in billions of dollars. Some of the examples will be Shell, Audi, Chanel. So recently, my team and I, we actually attended this event held at MBS. This event is called Carbon Forward Asia. It was held on 2nd and 3rd of May at MBS. So this event was attended by a global audience that actually consists of project developers, fund managers, and brokers alike. Right. In this event, we were graced by our Minister of State for Trade and Industry, Mr. Alvin Tan, along with the Minister of Papua New Guinea. So up next, I'd like to share with you guys on the carbon tax rate globally around the world of the different countries. Now, we can see that in countries such as Sweden, the tax can be as high as $180, and it can be as low as 50 cents in Ukraine, which sadly is going through a war right now. So in Singapore, we have a medium tax rate of $5. Now comes the next question, guys. What do you think Singapore carbon tax rate will be next year in 2024? Will it be $10, $20, or even higher? All right, so there's a few answers, even higher. So up next, in 2024, our carbon tax will first 5 times to $25. And then we will actually continue to have this tax increase to $50 by 2027. And eventually, we will cap off at a price range of $80 by 2030. So now guys, knowing that our carbon tax rate will continue to increase, and in fact, there are countries that are bigger than us charging much higher carbon tax rate, can you begin to understand why companies and billionaires who already know this are buying carbon credits right now to store? So before I move on, allow me to give a brief introduction about myself. So I joined the banking industry in 2011, and shortly I left for Hong Kong in 2014 to further on in the financial industry. It is during this period in time, in 2017, that I first established my very first solid wood business with my business partner. Now, during 2020, the COVID period, I bought over another company called Herman Furniture that is also in the same trade. Now, throughout my course of travel in my business, I noticed not only the importance for us to actually conserve and protect our environment, but more importantly, the untapped potential of the green economy and the green industry. So my team and I here at Asia Carbon Connect, have strived and actually embarked on this green transformation. So next, I'd like to share with you guys. So if we think that only companies right now are being taxed for carbon tax, take a look again. So recently we've made a trip from Europe back to Singapore. So if any one of you guys have actually traveled recently to and fro Europe, you might have noticed this air transport tax that is additional on top of the fuel surcharge that we are already being charged on. So that's right, we actually are already being charged as individuals when we fly in Europe for our carbon emission. So coming back home in Singapore, where I'm from, Singapore government has already committed to a green plan by 2020, and they have pushed out additional measures such as introducing recycling boxes to individual households. Right. Even companies in Singapore have drawn up roadmaps and implemented measures in order to cater to this 2030 roadmap. Other companies such as DBS Bank and PUB are tracking individual carbon usage through our digital app itself. So I'd just like to check with you guys, how many of you guys can actually see where this is going? Do you think that there might come a day in the future whereby all of us, individuals and companies alike, would have to be taxed on our carbon emission every single time we turn on the aircon? Right? And if you think that we may be taxed for this carbon tax, would you want to pay for the tax in full, or would you prefer to use the carbon credit as a voucher to offset your carbon tax? And if you see the need for carbon credits to be used in the future, would you prefer to buy the carbon credits today or in the future only when they are needed? Right. So understand that this concept may be new to many of us. However, this is all the time I have for today. So if you're interested to find out more, please scan the QR code in the slide and join our Telegram channel to sign up for the next 1-hour session with us. So over there, I will be sharing more with you guys on carbon credits, and you will understand how the carbon credits demand come about and discover for yourself how carbon credit can be the next investment opportunity of our lifetime. So to everybody here, please remember that green is gold. My name is Benjamin Ng. I'm the founder of Asia Carbon Connect, and I thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys soon.